Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the March wrap-up and stats video. Alright, so like all the others, hopefully this goes all right. As you can see, you're coming to me. I'm bringing you content from my new car, guys. Yes, love it. Gotta open that up there. Go ahead and open it all the way up. Give myself a little more light. So we are coming to you from the car with some really cute hair. Oh, I am loving this hair today. I'm just like the day that I'm recording it, I look real cute. Sorry, just admire myself. So March wrap up. March was a fairly good month for me. Per usual. So let's just jump into the regular format. I'm gonna give you guys the stats, give you guys, my blackout section, and then, give you a top 5 because I read some really, really good books this month or last month. And then, at the end, there will be a chronological order of all of the book covers that I read. So let's just jump right into it. Hopefully you're not moving around too much. I hope I'm not gonna make you guys seasick with this, where my camera is sitting and how it's sitting and things like that. So let's jump into it. Ratings, or no, stats, right over there. So I read 24 books. 12 of them were audiobooks, 12 of them were ebooks, and 9 of them were ARCs. Here are my ratings. I had 1 DNF, 0 1 stars, 0 2 stars, 4 3-star books, 11 4-star books, and 8 5-star books. For my blackout session, where I tell you guys which Black authors I read for the month, we're just going to go through them. We have Until Forever by SADE RENA, American Royal by Tracy Levasseur, Saddle Up Cowboy by SADE RENA, Mr. West by Zyla Turner, Dirty Calls by SADE RENA. We have Eric's Inferno by Tiffany Patterson. I think I said that wrong. Dirty Calls was by SADE RENA. Then we have Dirty Endeavors by SADE RENA as well. It's a duet, so they kind of go together. You'll hear about them again. Lucky's Charm by G.L. Tomas. Pretty Little Mess by Carmel Rhodes. And The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. Oh no, hopefully that doesn't bleed in. So Bookish news, I hope you guys are enjoying beta. That is going to be every single day in the month of April, which is video every day in April. And that is ongoing. I have quite a few videos down the pipeline for the Let Me Introduce You series. If you haven't checked that out already, make sure that you do, because I have some more authors coming up. It's in full effect. So let's get to my top 5 reads for the month of March. Starting this off, I'm going to tell you guys to go check out the 3rd book in the Sin series by Alethea Rumig, which is Gold Lust. And we are back with Van and Julia, and it picks up right where it left off, and then it leaves you with another cliffhanger, because there's a little bit of a twist that Alethea didn't tell us about, and that is that there's going to be a 4th book in this series, and it is called Black Knight. I cannot wait, because that cliffhanger at the end of Gold Lust was just woo, craziness. Went back, read it twice, guys. So yeah, definitely got me. I think it's like rocking. I hope not. Okay, disregard that kid back there too. I'm gonna put my hand up until he decides to move. So the next book that I'm gonna tell you guys to go check out is The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. This is the 2nd book in her series, and I really enjoyed this one. I can't wait for it to come out on audiobook, because there are some Portuguese like references or Portuguese language that is involved in this story, and I kind of need those translated, or at least I want to hear them properly said and not just made up in my brain. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to record while I'm in my car. In my new car. But I really enjoyed the story. So you have a woman that crashes a wedding and messes up this guy's plan. So in turn, to pay back the favor of him not marrying the woman that he had already had this plan with, and in turn gain a partnership at his law firm, she steps in and takes on that fake fiance role, and they end up falling in love, and I loved it. The antics were amazing, laugh out loud moments, and it was just great. Both of those books, Gold Lust and The Wedding Crasher, just released at the beginning of April, so go get them. You need to, because they're amazing. Next, I'm going to tell you guys to go check out American Royalty by Tracy Levasseur. Now, this one you're going to have to wait for. It doesn't actually come out until June, but I can just tell you right now, I can't wait for it to come out in June. And I really, really, really hope that the publishers, because this is a traditionally published book, that the publishers really put something behind the audiobook, because the way Tracy gives these lyrics and gives these parts of different songs within this story is absolutely amazing. So we have an American rapper who gets invited to England to play a tribute festival type situation, and she is having some issues with a rival artist here in the States, in the United States, and so she ends up going to England early, and she's supposed to stay at the grandson of the prince, or of the king, I think it's a prince, but grandson of the person that they're giving the tribute to, stay at his estate. Well, come to find out, something ended up happening to the cottage that she was supposed to stay in, so she now has to stay in his on his estate, but actually in like his house type thing, so they have to like force proximity, and it was just so good. So good. I loved their romance. It is very much inspired by Meghan and Harry's story, and you can feel that without being beaten over the head at the similarities, because there is enough difference to give them to give this story their own unique take on for characters and plot line and everything like that, even though it is very much inspired by the real life people that some of the things ended up happening to, events, some real life events that inspired the story. So yes, I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. Next, I'm going to tell you guys to go check out Dirty Calls and Dirty Endeavors by SADE RENA. This is a duet. I read these because I was fortunate enough to interview SADE, which her interview should be coming out here in the Let Me Introduce You series here shortly, in the next couple weeks or so. And I loved this series. I loved her writing in this series, or in this duet, and then it like propelled me to read more of her books. But this story is about a man who ends up sort of wrong dialing this woman, and they're on different coasts. So he's on the West Coast, she's on the East Coast, and she is like taking a nap while doing her her work, which is a kind of high stress job, and she's always kind of proving herself. But she decides to pick up this random phone call in the middle of the night, and they start this relationship over the phone and over text messaging and sexting and doing all kinds of dirty talking, and I was here for it. Then the second part of it takes you more into their relationship and the company that she works for, and how she's going to maneuver around with this new possible relationship. And I loved it. It's that perfect amount of sexy and dirty talk and tension, and I was here for it. And it just propelled me to enjoy more of SADE RENA's books even more, because I've just been diving into them. Then the last book I'm going to tell you guys to go check out is Perfect Casanova by Fabiola Francisco. This is another book in the Mason Creek series, and this one follows one of the cowboy / kind of construction workers brothers, and he ends up kind of charming the next door neighbor that has a young child. She ends up moving into one of the cabins that he lives next to and manages and things like that. His family manages them. And I really enjoyed this story. I loved that he wasn't, the small town of Mason's Creek made him feel like he was a playboy, but in actuality, he wasn't really a playboy, and that aspect didn't really fall into it or like play a part in the whole like storytelling. I really enjoy that because that's one of my pet peeves when it comes to books is, you know, that whole hey, I'm a playboy and now all of a sudden I may or may not be reformed, maybe, don't know, type thing, or on page like major playboy vibes, and then all of a sudden there's like a switch that turns, and it's like not very believable. But this one is so believable because the small town has him pictured one way, but you get to see that he really isn't that way at all. So that brings us to the end of this portion of the video. If you want to fast forward ahead a couple seconds, you can get to the chronological order and see all of the books that I did sneak peeks for by their weeks, as well as you can correlate that with the full thoughts, feelings, ratings, and star fans over on my Patreon. That link is in the description box, along with all of my other social media. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down there so you guys can help me improve my channel. My son's fundraiser is still going on, so I'll leave that link down there. It's also on my link tree, so go check that out. Other than that, thank you guys. How did you do this month or last month in March with your reading? Did you hit your numbers that you wanted to? I've heard that a couple people, a couple of my book friends are like, oh, it's been slumpy for me. And you know what? I'm here to tell you it's okay to not read a whole bunch of books sometimes. Take care of yourself. Find your peace, find your balance, and enjoy what you are reading, because at the end of the day, that is really what should happen, is you should just be, you know, reading books for enjoyment. I mean, yeah, you could read them to learn something too, but I read books for enjoyment. So other than that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in another video. Bye.
Didn't mean those things, I'm sorry. Doesn't matter anyway. We've been here one time too many. Wonder what will happen next. We both know that this ship's going down. Let's get off and leave before we drown. There's nothing left for us to say, 'cause we're see-through. There's nothing left for us to say, 'cause we're see-through. 'Cause we're see-through. We promised that nothing would break us, that we'd always find a way. When all was said and dust had settled, something didn't feel the same. We both know that this ship's going down. Let's get off and leave